Why you wake up right before your alarm. Have you ever noticed something strange? You set your alarm for 7 a.m. but somehow you wake up at 6:58. No loud sound, no vibration, just your eyes opening naturally. At first it feels like coincidence. But when it happens again and again, you start wondering, how did my body know? Is it luck? Or does your brain actually know when the alarm is coming? The surprising answer is that your body may be predicting it. And the reason involves one of the most powerful biological systems inside you. Common belief. Most people assume waking up works in a simple way. You sleep, the alarm rings, the noise wakes you up. In other words, the alarm is the cause. But in many cases, that isn't exactly what happens. Sleep researchers have noticed something interesting. People who wake up at the same time every day often begin to wake before their alarm goes off. Sometimes just a few seconds before. Sometimes several minutes. And this happens even when the alarm sound changes. So if the sound isn't waking you, what is? Hidden mechanism. The answer begins with something called your circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal 24-hour clock. Inside a tiny region of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Your body constantly tracks time. Not with numbers, but with biological signals. Throughout the night, your brain carefully controls hormones that regulate sleep and wakefulness. One hormone in particular plays a major role: cortisol. Many people think cortisol is only related to stress. But in the morning, it serves a different purpose. It helps wake the body up. About 1 hour before your usual waking time, cortisol levels start to rise. Heart rate increases slightly, body temperature rises, brain activity becomes more alert. In other words, your body begins preparing to wake up, even before you are conscious of it. Human creative intervention example. Think of it like a biological sunrise timer. Imagine your brain slowly turning up the lights in a room. At first it's dark, then a dim glow appears. Then the room gradually becomes brighter. By the time the alarm rings, your brain may already be half awake. Which is why sometimes the alarm doesn't feel like it woke you. It simply confirmed what your body was already doing. New question. But here's an even more interesting question. If this internal clock exists, why doesn't it always work? Why do some days feel perfectly timed, while other days the alarm feels like a shock to the system? The answer usually comes down to sleep consistency. Your internal clock learns patterns. If you wake up at roughly the same time every day, your brain begins predicting it. But if your schedule changes constantly, the clock becomes confused. Late nights, irregular wake times, weekend sleep-ins, all of these shift the timing of your circadian rhythm. This is sometimes called social jet lag. Your body thinks it's in one time zone, while your alarm expects another. When that happens, cortisol may rise too late, which means the alarm suddenly interrupts deeper sleep. That's when waking up feels much harder. Think about two different morning routines. Person A wakes up around 7 a.m. every day, even on weekends. Person B wakes up at 6 a.m. on weekdays, but 10 a.m. on weekends. By Monday morning, person B's body still thinks it's closer to the weekend schedule. So when the Monday alarm rings, their brain is still deep in sleep mode. This is why the alarm feels so much louder on Monday mornings. If you want your body to wake up more naturally, several small habits may help your internal clock stay consistent. First, try to keep your wake-up time stable. Even a difference of 1 hour can shift your circadian rhythm. Second, get morning light exposure. Sunlight is one of the strongest signals that resets your internal clock. Just a few minutes outside in the morning can reinforce your natural wake cycle. Third, avoid very bright screens late at night. Artificial light can delay melatonin release, pushing your sleep cycle later. And finally, Consider keeping a predictable evening routine. Your brain responds well to repeated patterns. Over time, consistency trains your internal clock to anticipate when sleep and waking should occur. Interestingly, waking naturally before your alarm may actually be a sign that your sleep rhythm is well aligned. Your brain is predicting the morning. Your hormones are rising on schedule. Your body is transitioning out of sleep smoothly. In contrast, when alarms constantly interrupt deep sleep, it often means the timing of sleep and wake signals are misaligned. This doesn't mean alarms are bad. They are useful tools, but ideally, the alarm should act more like a backup signal than the primary wake-up trigger. So the next time you wake up just before your alarm, it may not be coincidence. Your brain has been quietly tracking time all night, preparing your body for the morning, raising hormones, increasing alertness, and slowly turning on the lights inside your brain. In a way, your body has been setting its own alarm. The question is, are your daily habits helping that clock work with you, or constantly forcing it to fight the alarm?